What personal quality do you attribute to helping you successfully navigate the challenges of the pandemic over the past year?
I would say that to navigate this last year, you had to be a leader with a high level of flexibility. And I would say in my case that I also added a high level of empathy, trying to learn and listen and understand the needs of all of our stakeholders, whether it's our external community, our students, our employee groups, and so on. So just really trying to lead by example. And when I say be flexible, please understand that in higher education, we're not known for that. So that was a lot of effort on behalf of all of our employees. And I'm very proud of our employee groups, whether they were the support services or the faculty. We did a phenomenal job transitioning into an online remote world as best as we could, as quickly as we could. So with that, I would say I'm very proud to be leader of Moraine Park Technical College.
If I had to choose just one trait, which is really hard when you're looking at navigating through a pandemic, I would have to go with confidence. As an executive leader at Society Insurance, we had to have the confidence that our planning, practicing, and preparing to lead through a crisis situation was going to be effective. You have to have the confidence in your execution of that plan. We also have to have the confidence in our decision making. Every decision we made during 2020 was keeping the driving force of the health and well-being of our employees, our agents, and our policyholders front of mind. And that's what continued us throughout 2020 and the decisions we made. We also had to have the confidence beyond just our leadership team into our employees. We had to have the confidence that when we deployed 274 people on March 17th to their homes, that they were going to have the confidence that we could instill in them to be successful to service our customers without any drop in service. And they were. They were very successful due to the tools and technology that we helped provide them and the guidance. So that confidence extends beyond just what you do as an individual. But even outside of just the professional career at Society Insurance, you had to have the confidence back home. Because not only were you asked to be working from home, now you had children doing remote school from home. So helping them gain the confidence that they were going to be able to be successful at now being taught virtually and how they were going to navigate through these uncharted times. So overall, that confidence has to drive a variety of areas, not just only in your career, but in your personal life as well. And if that confidence can be instilled in others by you, you will be successful because they are successful.
I feel the personal qualities that I have possessed and has been very helpful for me over the past year as we've been dealing with the pandemic is my ability to be flexible as well as my ability to multitask. Throughout the entire pandemic, and especially at the beginning, we realized that we were going to be changing course throughout the entire process. So we needed to be flexible in how we approached it and what we did, and really make sure that we are covering everything and comfortable with doing so. I'm the communications director as well as the emergency management director. So on top of helping the public health department get what they needed and support them with the EOC operations, I also had to make sure that our dispatchers and our emergency responders had the information as well as the equipment they needed to do their jobs, really making sure that I kept an eye on everything that was going on.
Every challenge we face, including those COVID-19 brought forth, teaches us something about ourselves. What did you learn about yourself that other women might be inspired by as well?
I think the pandemic has really brought out the vulnerability in people and even within myself as a clinician, across all ages as well. The people I've been working with throughout this have been really struggling, and I wasn't above it, I was actually in it with them, and I think that that really, really helped. Another thing would be resiliency. I know as we should focus on some of the bad things about the pandemic and how to get through that, but also the strength that has come as well from it. And my patients have really inspired me even further to give back in that way through their resiliency.
How do you feel about being selected as a role model for other Fond du Lac area women and girls as one of this year's SHEroes?
Yeah, as I thought about this and I pondered it, the word that came to mind was motivated. And I truly feel motivated to continue to do my work around COVID and being able to have that impact in my community. I think in this last year, it's been the most rewarding year because of the amount of engagement that I've got to have, not only in Fond du Lac, but in the Fox Valley. And when I think about how this is affecting other women and girls, I have a 14-year-old daughter, and being able to just lead by example and showing her that she can have everything from a family to a successful career, and being able to juggle that, and again, just see her grow up to be able to have those dreams.
Every challenge we face, including those COVID-19 brought forth, teaches us something about ourselves. What did you learn about yourself that other women might be inspired by as well?
Okay. I've learned, and I'm still learning, how resilient I really am. This past year in particular has presented many new challenges, both professionally and personally. Becoming a homeschooling mother overnight to also taking care of a little one, and having our whole household at home all together and creating that new dynamic of how can my kids still have their own identity and still have freedom, to creating a routine and being a working full-time mom. That stretched me very thin. And then taking an organization that completely functioned in person and solely focused on building relationships and embodied person-to-person interaction, to then creating a whole new world of virtual learning and opportunities and services, to then also making sure that we were embodying everything that we stood by, stretched me even thinner. And then personal events all seem to happen at the same time, right? And when all of that happened, that just stretched me to my core. And even with all of that chaos, all of that stretching, I prevailed. Even when I thought I couldn't take one more thing, I was resilient. And we are strong women. We are resilient. We have many different various curveballs that are thrown at us, and we're flexible. There are times when I still don't think that I can handle everything, when something might come your way, when a new thing may come up, you might feel like I'm just gonna break. But you look back at all that you've conquered, all that you've gone through, and know that resiliency will come through.
How do you feel about being selected as a role model for other Fond du Lac area women and girls as one of this year's SHEroes?
Well, obviously I feel honored, and I love the name SHEro. How cool is that? But I'm grateful to Erin Flood, who nominated me, not only for her nomination, but for the support that she's given me and our Boys and Girls Club. She's one of our board members. Through the past year, she's been great. So, but really, I think that any accomplishments or achievements I've had in the past year have been in collaboration with other people. My Boys and Girls Club team is amazing, and every decision that was made together to make sure that we were serving the needs of our kids and families the best we could. I'm really fortunate to be surrounded by such passionate people, so that's great. But not even my team at the Boys and Girls Club, not just them. The collaboration that we had throughout the community, and specifically for me, it was with a lot of women, and how we supported each other. We made sure we had the right resources, the right knowledge, and the right tools to help keep our community safe and healthy. It was just really an inspirational thing to be a part of, and I'm really honored because a lot of those ladies are being honored through you also, so it's really cool to be a part of that group.